All right, everyone. So I am ready today to do a third video of the journal or journey, right? When I'm recording the process of selling my house and moving into a new property and all the moving pieces that take place in that journey. So for video 3, I'm going to cover my notes from March. And again, that's month 3 of my process. And here it goes. I got some notes here, so allow me to read on and off. In March, we thought it was a good time to start pricing our home. Our goal would have been to put it in the market in June, so 3 months later, but we wanted to get an idea of how much our home was worth. And that's easy, kind of, right? You can go on Realtor.com, Zillow, Trulia, whatever, and see what homes in your neighborhood are listing for. Homes similar to yours, of course, right? You want to make sure that you have a pretty good match of the number of bedrooms, bathrooms, ideally also square footage, and also condition, right? A home with wood floors and pretty painted home is going to fetch a few more dollars than one that needs serious TLC. But then again, those homes are for sale. They're not sold, right? That's what the seller wants for their home. That's how much they want. But our buyers paying that kind of money. So you want to look also at homes sold, right? So past inventory, homes sold in your area with that same number. So we did that, and we got a number a little bit higher than I thought, considering that this is my neighborhood and I'm always tracking the value of my home like most people do. But then I also went to the RPR website, which is a resource for realtors, and I am a realtor, although I'm selling by owner, sort of. So I went there and I pulled a seller report on my home, and the number was a pretty close match to that infamous Zillow estimate, right? It was very, very, very close, off by a couple thousand dollars, maybe by $2,000 or $3,000 off. So we decided to go with that number. Next, I had to figure out how much we owe on this home. So obviously, we got a statement from the bank that holds the mortgage. Figured out how much we have in balance, and see what's the delta, right? The difference between how much we owe to the bank and how much we could potentially sell the home for. Subtract to that any closing fees, subtract and a fee to the realtor on the buyer side, right? No buyer is going to come by themselves. Unfortunately, most home buyers are going to walk in here with a realtor in tow. And I will probably have to pay them about 2% of the total sale of the home. Plus, also I needed to find an attorney. Not too hard. I do real estate transactions all the time, so I do have a few real attorneys to contact, and I called on the one that I feel the most comfortable with. Doing all of that, I figured that I'm going to pay the attorney about $1,800. I'm going to pay the buyer agent $9,000. So we're talking $11,000 plus minus in fees that's coming out of my net. And that's because I only have one realtor, right? I don't have a seller's realtor because I am the seller and I am representing myself. It's an expensive proposition to sell your home if you don't have enough equity, if you don't have enough delta, right, between that home price that you're gonna sell your home for and the amount that you owe to the mortgage. It may not make sense at all, right? And that's an issue that a lot of people have if they buy at a high price and the market has not adjusted. The next issue we had to deal with in March was my kids' school. And oh boy, this was surprisingly difficult. As I mentioned before, we have a bilingual or trilingual home, and we wanted to find a school for our son that at least is bilingual. And oh my, we narrowed it down to a list of 5 schools. Of the 5, we applied to 3. Of the 3, we were put on a waiting list for 2, and then we finally got the thumbs up on the 3rd school that we applied for. It was really nerve-wracking because we kept paying all this, we're doing all this research, right, on a school-by-school basis, reading the reviews on every possible website that we can find. Then finally thinking, okay, this is en route to the office. It's near the home. It's it's got good reviews. It's got the things we want. Let's do a virtual tour, right? Most schools offer a virtual tour for potential parents, and then we fill up the application, which is lengthy, maybe 3-5 pages. Then we pay a registration fee, and then they tell us, oh, you're on a waiting list. What? So again, by the 3rd time, we got into this 3rd school, and so that was settled. So we have the school settled at the destination location, which means that now we can fine-tune where are we going to look for a rental, right? Because we are going to sell here to rent at the destination location, and this rental, we would like it to be nearby the school, so we don't have to drive out of the way to get there. Like I said, it's easy. You sell your home here, you rent somewhere else or buy somewhere else. That's the easy part. Is the in-between. There's a lot of steps, and even though I have done this before for clients, this is the first time I'm doing it for myself, and I have done, I think, a really good job of categorizing all the moving pieces. What I didn't consider was how long it would take to get each of these events taken care of. And it seems like, although I was planning on a 6 months journey process, the first 3 months almost nothing really happened. And it seems like, although I began the process in my head, the decision making with a 6 months lag, it seems like everything is really going to take place in the last 2 months, maybe 3 months max. So the 6 months plan is going to really take place in a 3 months, 2 months, really compressed timeline. So stick around. There's more videos coming as I plan to journey the entire thing on video for ourselves in a historical manner, but also for any potential clients looking at this and thinking about doing something similar. Perhaps also for those who are in the midst of it, so they can understand that it's not just them, and that's just what it is. All right, hang in there. There's more videos coming. This is kind of fun being exposed about my personal stuff, but let's do it.